Mm-hmm.
The college football and college basketball experience bombs down under episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to FGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football and college basketball experience. Bombs down under. Bombs down under.
Sorry.
Asleep at the wheel he is. Folks, hopefully you're watching youtube.com/the college experience. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
I was celebrating my ticket for Jalen Daniels to win the Heisman. We did a Daniels. Me and Real Money Kramer just had a Daniels double. Fuck the daily double on Jeopardy. Give me the Daniels double. We had Jalen Daniels, who just didn't play for Kansas all year. And then we had Jaden Daniels, smash spot, as we get it done. I am joined by my co-host on the Bombs Down Under and the Weekend Bombs. He is the host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, part of the C Block, folks. So coming right up next is the Bottom Line Bombs. Stay tuned. Give it up for the bet detective himself, CJ Sullivan. How you doing, buddy?
Good, buddy. What's up? Sorry to hit a bomb. I was a little out of it there. I was looking through this box score of the North Dakota State Oak Hills Christian College basketball game that happened yesterday.
Let's give them a recap. What was that final score?
Final tally, 108.
2
by the Bison to a tough 14 points, which was not a bad second half for them, for the Lions. They were down 60-5 at halftime.
Great second half.
Great second half. Tripled their output.
Clearly, they went to the chalkboard and they found something. They found some type of weakness.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's talk about this. What's that number for you where you would quit playing the game? We all have that number, right? Because I lost a rec league game by 96.
Yes.
And I checked myself out. Well, even at halftime, I gave a pep talk to the team where I said, guys, we're going four corners offense.
Uh-huh.
All right. And I was with a team full of soccer players. They didn't know what a fucking four corners offense was. So I tried to explain it to them. It didn't work. So while we're down when I got to 90, I checked myself out of the game. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah. 2
minutes left in this fucking thing. The ref's telling me I ain't never seen some shit like this in his life as I'm walking off the court. All right. What is that number for you where you just say,
and this is the Oak Hills Christian College. And I'm with you. If I'm going down, I'm taking down someone with me. I'm bringing someone out. I'm telling my speech to the team is start a fight, do something, anything, like, get ejected, throw something to the fans, whatever you got to do. There are no life lessons to learn.
Yes.
When it's losing 100 and fucking 8 to 14.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like I went through I was at the same week where I lost by 96. I had found my ex was cheating on me, or I had found out my
You're
at
now
the time
ex.
my now ex.
Now you're ex.
Which one was harder? By far the loss. The loss. I was like looking in the mirror. I was like, did I really lose by 96 points?
Right. And there's
you know what I mean?
There's nothing like fight to the end. You never give up. Well, fuck that. Yeah, life will get it to you. They don't care. They're not going to let you score either. Not going to run it up. So you might as well get in a fight and get the hell out of there and quit. Yes. Okay. And don't ever return again.
Like, you ever seen that highlight from Georgia Tech beating Cumberland 222-0 in football back in like 1920 or something?
I've never seen the highlights, but that's a famous score. The most lopsided score in history.
I don't even think they have the actual footage. I'm talking about they just show the newspaper.
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen? Because if I'm the defensive coordinator, you've seen situations. I remember George Welsh at Virginia jumped on ran on the field to tackle the guy returning the pick six. He was that. I would be that defensive coordinator. I would be out. I'd quit. I'd be at the bar by the third quarter.
I don't even know how 222-0 is mathematically possible when you have a clock involved. Yes. I mean, like, are they snapping the ball directly to the other team?
Yeah. I will say. That's what I'm saying. I believe there's a point. I
mean, if you just took a knee. Was it 111 at halftime? 111-0?
I'll tell you what it was at halftime. I got it right here. 1916 was the game.
Okay.
222-0. At halftime, it was 126-0.
Well, so they let up the gas a little bit. Yeah. They always popped another.
Only 42 in the fourth.
Yeah. Right? What was that halftime line? It was an in-game bet there.
Yeah. And Cumberland is not Cumberland, Maryland. It is Lebanon, Tennessee. Right? I feel like a lot of times people think it's Cumberland, Maryland, catching strays over there.
Cumberland Farms, an old convenience store. Bro.
Oh, there you go. So Cumberland's rushing stats: 27 attempts, -42 yards, 9 fumbles lost. They were throwing this game.
Yeah,
How the fuck do you have 6 interceptions, 2 for 18?
That's tough. When you lose the turnover battle, it's gonna be tough to overcome.
I mean, what is that? 15 turnovers?
15 turnovers. That led to 180 of the 222 points.
How about this though? This is for all you whippersnappers that think passing the ball is the key to winning. How about this? Cumberland attempted 18 passes, 2 for 18, 14 yards, 6 picks. Georgia Tech, 0 passes. They didn't even attempt one. They ran for 922 yards.
Whippersnappers.
Woo. 30. They had 32 touchdowns on the ground.
Well, that's a time when that's amazing. That's a time when the forward pass was looked upon as witchcraft or something.
In my mind, it's still there.
Absolutely.
So what's that number for you? Where you're out?
Well, I'm out right there. I mean,
if you're playing basketball last night on what was the name of that school?
It was the
something Christian,
the Oak Hills Christian College.
What would you have stayed in the whole game?
An enrollment of just 100 students. It's in Bemidji, Minnesota, by the way. It is part of the NCAA, or is not part of the NCAA at all. That's pretty amazing. So just like a church league team, something like a rec league. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
I mean, to Fargo, that's got to be a little bit of a commute.
I don't know if it's 60-5 at half. I'll come out for a little bit, see what the situation is.
Hot?
Yeah, see what the situation
part of the
is.
Best comeback of of the season.
Get the double digits, and then I'm out of there for sure. Once you're down by a clean 70, and you look at that clock, and it's still early third.
You say, fuck this.
This is absolutely a fucking joke.
Coach, what does the coach tell you in a timeout?
I'm breaking a glass.
What does the coach tell you at a timeout down 82 with a lot of game left? If we stick to the game plan, we can close it out.
You got to stop throwing the ball backwards. You got to, we got to throw it towards the net. Something.
Unbelievable.
Now, what's North Dakota? North Dakota State is letting the press on too. What are they?
Assholes. You know what? They're not that great in basketball, so I think they were trying to have a big time moment. Can't get on SportsCenter. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there was that. How was your weekend? Other than
that was just an introductory. So the forward pass being witchcraft, you must have, of course, enjoyed the Army Navy game.
100%.
Loved it.
How about when Navy tried to throw the ball and the linebacker just takes the ball from the quarterback and runs the other way.
How that over hit? Not just the
Oh my God.
not just the 2-point conversion of the over. I mean, the score with like 3 minutes to go, it was like 10-3, whatever the fuck it was.
I had Army minus 2.5.
I had Army as well. Gave that out, and just as an action play, I went over 27.5.
Me too. And I'll be honest, I should have been bitching about East Carolina losing that cover against South Carolina when they were up 1 with like a minute left and lost by 7.
Yep.
Right. And they were getting 5.5. But with the Army one hitting, I felt like I had to just shut the fuck up because it was like
that was insane.
the perfect scenario of the side change. So, folks, if you didn't catch it, Navy had a 4th and goal from the 2.5. For some reason, they call it a quarterback sneak.
They're throwing the ball down the field. I mean, they're throwing the ball down the field, no problem.
Who gets a 3-yard quarterback sneak? Not your average team. Maybe fucking Tom Brady. All right, maybe
3-yard quarterback sneak. Yeah, what do you think? Have Jalen Hurts back there?
Yeah, exactly. There's like 2 people on the face of the fucking planet that could probably.
Meanwhile, you're throwing 8-yard hitches down the field. The Army,
every play.
Army not buying it for some reason.
Like even though it's a 1-score game.
Yeah. We'll give you that and that and that one. We'll give you that one as well. But once you get to the foot line, after we dig down.
Well, they try a quarterback sneak, which I couldn't believe that was their game plan. I thought, okay, run the option to the left, something.
Yeah.
Something other than that. They get stuffed. It looks like the clock has ran out, but you forget that that was 4th down. So the second he goes down and they blow that whistle, the clock must stop. So they had to put 2 seconds back on the clock. Or was it 3 or 2? It's 3, I think.
Yeah, 3 seconds because it was a dangerous safety. They took. He was mousing around back there like that. Like, what are you doing?
Just right out of the end zone.
Good Lord!
I'm surprised he didn't throw it up in the air, but thankfully he didn't throw it up in the air. He took the safety like a man.
No, he took his orders.
Yeah, he took his orders
like a good soldier.
Monken definitely had the over.
Yeah, for sure.
And we cashed that thing.
Yes, absolutely.
That's got to be one of the greatest covers of all time.
That was a great part of American history there. That was military. Cash that over.
And Monken and the Army Black Knights moved to 6-6 for the season.
Incredible.
Absolutely fantastic. Shout out to the chat.
Also had some good FCS sweatings. Woo! Speaking of football, my Albany 40-1 ticket still alive.
Very much alive.
They're in the Final Four.
How about this Reese Poffenberger? Did you watch this game?
Yes, absolutely.
He's fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Dude. Now here's the thing. Villanova was playing at South Dakota State. If they don't give up a blocked punt,
which we gave out plus 21 by
which
the way.
hit, yes,
easy hit for that. I
actually felt like Nova was the better
team. They should have been up by 14 at halftime.
Yes.
At halftime, it should have been up 14.
That block punt was, me and Kramer were watching here in the studio. I go, they just lost the game.
Yeah, of course.
They just lost that fucking game.
That was it.
Now, here's the thing. Can Albany, because now Friday night, they go into Brookings, South Dakota. You're at a potential hedging spot.
All right. Hedging's for gardeners, but let's hear it.
Well,
I know. I'm just joking.
I think they can win. But I am curious to see. Have
they put out numbers for this yet? Let me find out.
Yeah, let me check on that right now. Let me check on the weather also.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that fucking Idaho dome, whatever the hell. What is that thing?
Fucking Kibby Dome.
That thing is ridiculous.
Terrible fucking place.
I feel like there's
football.
Like wrestling matches going on in the corner. Like it seems like there's like 8 different events happening.
Every time you kick an extra point, it hits a fucking big concrete fucking wall.
Yeah,
it's hitting cinder blocks. It's all bullshit.
I don't like that.
Got a high of 41 right now. This all could change.
I know they're vandals and all that, but I don't like that shit over there.
Yeah, it's like a fucking circus. It's like a circus. They're like a mile away from Washington State's University, Martin Stadium. They can play outdoors there, but they can't play it in Moscow. Can you believe that? Fucking nonsense. No, but do we have a line on that right now?
I'm gonna take a look here. See if we can find a line. I don't know if they've come out yet. Which is they need to get a hold of it. So it'll be they're both on Saturday, right? The games?
No, Friday. Friday is the Albany game.
Oh, Albany's Friday. Montana's on Saturday.
Yeah,
which they snuck out of there too. There's a lot of vulnerables.
That game was awesome.
We got off.
That might be the best college football game of the whole fucking season.
We got off Furman because of the weather up there. We should not have.
Yeah,
10-17.
I thought it was going to be more snow.
Right, they should have went out right. That guy, kick return, punt return.
Some fucking Rocket Ishmael. They got Rocket Ishmael.
Opening kickoff. South Dakota State, Albany. I mean, that would have been great if Nova won that game for sure for my Albany ticket.
Well, no, it gives me confidence though.
Okay.
That if Albany can come up there
The Great Danes are coming. The Great Danes are coming to town.
They're coming, baby. And look, I like Idaho had a little more ground success than I thought they would have against Albany. But Albany can get after the quarterback. They got that receiver that's a fucking study. Had 3 touchdowns on Saturday night.
Quarterback a little erratic.
But the quarterback though, that's how they can beat him.
Yeah.
Dude, if you watch that Marshall game earlier in the year, he has like an 80-yard rushing touchdown.
Yeah, he's elusive.
He's got some jets.
I love him.
I haven't seen a white guy with jets like that since fucking Tim Dwight. Right?
The White Angle Sports release that they take the wrong angles. I've said this. The white skilled player.
Yeah.
Everyone, all the defenders take bad angles on them because they can't believe they're running that fast, and then they run into each other, Three Stooges style.
So
and Tim Dwight's heading up the sideline.
Yeah, and you're onto something. And so, what do you think is your best option? I think Albany. We'll see what that line opens up at.
If you had to guess that line, where would you put that at?
They, for some reason, had that at 21 and a half when it closed, I think, for Nova.
For Nova, right, which is insane.
I would assume it's South Dakota State minus like 14 or 15, even though I think Albany is going to cover that all fucking day. I think Albany could win that outright. Albany has to be better against the run, though, because I'll tell you one thing. Isaiah Davis, the running back for South Dakota State, he's better than any running back they've played.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the NFL.
He's going to final.
So they have to bottle up the run. If I'm them, I make Gronowski beat them. That's another thing, though, that helped Villanova. You see those wins?
Yeah.
You couldn't throw the fucking ball.
The wins were insane.
You couldn't, like the fucking play sheets are flying off the, the clipboards. You know what I mean?
That was great. It's exactly what all these games should be.
Yeah. Instead, you get this dome bullshit. Yeah. Like, you see that Raiders-Vikings game yesterday?
Well, the Raiders-Vikings
If you're going to give us a 3-0 game, do it outside, damn it.
I know.
All right?
I thought I'm like this. I thought it was like an XFL, the XFL Vegas. I'm like, oh, are they back in that minor league baseball thing with the thunder coming down? There must be a weather delay.
Yeah,
the score hasn't changed.
No, they just both suck ass. I'm gonna get your thoughts on Albany in a second, though. But I want to tell you, folks out there, that the college football and college basketball experience are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. They got NFL, NBA, and NHL. They also have college basketball and college football. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. What are you doing, folks? Watch along, make picks, maybe make a little extra cash on Underdog's mobile app or website, UnderdogFantasy.com. When you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. All right, we are back. And shout out to the chat. They're asking if my son has arrived yet. No, you probably saw the fact that I was not on last night's college basketball experience episode. And that really had to do with, it was an unbelievable shitty slate of college basketball today. I took the wife out to the little Christmas parade.
Okay.
All right. I might have had a little Bailey's and coffee.
Yeah.
Right?
I saw Muddy Waters taking into Santa Monica Sunset.
That big dick bastard. Let me tell you.
Like things are going well in the Dundee household. That's for sure. Living the life out there.
Well, look, I told the guys, I said, hey, I'm gonna have to record late tonight because I'm going to this fucking parade. Right?
Yeah.
And it's a light show and everything, all this, the whole 9 yards.
Wait, where was this at now?
Where I went to Newport Beach.
Yes, right. I heard about this. My buddy went. He said all he was stuck in traffic and rich people honked at him.
Very true. Very true. Very true. That happened to me too.
Get this car out of the fucking neighborhood, he said.
That happened to me too. So I said, guys, we're gonna record really late tonight. And they're like, man, I got to work in the morning. The slate is terrible. Can we just record without you? And I was like, you know what? Have the keys. Have the keys to the fucking LeBaron. Let's go. But that's why no, my son is not here yet. We're waiting. Anyway,
when can we expect a little? I thought
they told me February 5th.
February 5th. After the bowl games, that makes sense. Respectful.
I'm terrified. My birthday's on January 21st. I'm terrified that he's going to arrive on my birthday, and then my birthday will be useless the rest of life. Right?
Your birthdays are useless anyway. I mean, come on. After age like 8, there's only a couple. There's a couple monumental ones. 1821.
I was born on the Super Bowl.
Other than that,
ever since the NFL started being cowards and moving Super Bowls into like, what are they playing in March Madness now? What the hell is going on?
February. Now it'll be when little baby Dundee comes out probably for the new Super Bowl. That's what you should be scared of.
Yeah,
because then there's an actual
event. A fucking party.
Right, exactly.
Charcuterie, and all of a sudden
comes your birthday. That's great. Celebrate that. celebrate daddy and little baby. But I can't imagine baby Dundee is waiting around to come out to this earth. I imagine he's gonna pop out before February. Yeah, before February, I'm claiming. But after your birthday, he has enough respect for that.
So what are you doing with this Albany play? What are you thinking? All right.
I'm loving this Albany team. I'm not going to get off now. That's for sure. And
dude, they are a fun watch, man. There's a reason why I was on them all year. I think they're capable. You know why they could beat South Dakota State?
I don't like the short week though. That's for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I gotta need the wins to let up a little bit because part of what makes them dangerous is the fact that Poffenberger and that receiver Easton, I think his name is Brevin Easton, is that they can throw a 70-yard touchdown on any fucking play in the game. If you handicap that, I think bad weather, even though I know they're in Albany, New York, but I think if they get crazy windy weather like we just saw with Villanova, South Dakota State, I think it hurts Albany more than it does South Dakota State.
All right. I mean, their defense, though, now everyone talks about their defense, of course, and then you had Idaho's coach. Idaho's coach said he had his bags packed.
Yeah, ready to go to Brookings.
He did tweet at him in his defense that, he did a little joke like, make sure I'm packed warm for my empty bag. Make sure you pack warm. All my leg warmers, blah, blah,
Guess
blah.
he wasn't factoring in AJ Simon and Anton Junkai.
Mm-hmm. But he said, our defense already packed their bags. We pack our own bags here in Albany. I just like bag packing shit talking.
How about North Dakota State's coach who said, you know what? I know we're in this battle for the national championship, but I'm gonna be USC's new linebacker coach.
Yeah.
You hear about that? Matt Entz, North Dakota State's head coach. We got to fade North Dakota State coming up this week because he just took the job at USC.
Okay. So linebacker coach, you think
clearly his bags was packed. No, he's the head coach of North Dakota State. He's taken the linebacking position at USC.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Fade them. You're saying.
I'm saying we fade North Dakota State because how much concentration is he really putting forward?
That's an odd timing for that.
He's looking at fucking real estate in Palos Verdes. You know what I mean?
I would love it. Get Montana in there. If I can, I'll take a Montana Albany finals matchup.
That would be fantastic.
That'd be amazing. That's my ideal situation.
That would be fantastic.
North Dakota State, you're saying fade them. We made that mistake last week of fading them.
True.
They did.
They
pissed in our face. That was the only game.
First 3 drives.
Jesus.
Like, okay.
Yeah, they blew the doors off of.
But now that after South the game, Dakota. The coach says he's going to USC. I think it's got to hurt the team a little bit, right?
I love it. Let's do it.
So if the Great Danes are getting 14 in Brookings,
if the Great Danes are getting 14, I am
doubling down, right?
Yeah, as they say, don't be a moron. Put more on, and I will fucking empty out the truck. I will shovel some more on my Albany.
Kay in the chat says, "Love Albany for the upset. Let's go.
Get it.
Let's get on top of it.
Let's get them, Great Danes."
So we were on Army. We were on Albany.
Yep.
We were on the over.
We were on Villanova.
We did eat shit with North Dakota State.
We did
at South Dakota.
Got to admit that one.
And Montana. The Montana one I'm actually okay with because
Montana was a no play. We were. Did we switch to Montana? Or we just got off Furman.
Well, when they said it was going to be heavy snow, I jumped on Montana.
Yeah, right.
But that was not heavy snow.
Oh, they were trying to open and kick to the house. You got to think, here we go.
7-0. Yeah. And then boom, that might have been the best college football game the entire year.
That was great.
The back and forth.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Just a great show down there. If you caught our Thursday show, we also talked a little college hoops.
Yes, we sure did. We got in there.
And, first, I believe we didn't. I don't think we touched anything on the Friday night slate. But
no, we did not. That was that Ivy League nonsense.
But you did get burnt on Little Rock on Thursday.
You get burnt on Little Rock.
and get this, for some stupid reason, I got burnt on Little Rock on Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah. So don't ever take Little Rock.
I saw you tweeted you had a win with Tennessee. I pushed. I got 7 on that one.
I did have a win with Tennessee. Actually, my Saturday was fantastic. My Sunday was pretty shitty. So my Saturday,
I had a lot of pushes. I had Tennessee 7 was a push. I had Alabama +6 was a push.
Yeah, that was a tough push for
tough push. Terrible. They should have won that outright.
Yeah.
Terrible the way that went down.
Didn't we? did we talk about South Florida, the Bulls, little brother?
Yeah, we talked a little South Florida.
Getting the Seminoles.
Mm-hmm.
Won by 16 against Leonard Hamilton. Leonard Hamilton, I think, should maybe retire. How about, I know you have a ticket for this Antelope squad to take down the trophy.
Nets,
yeah,
for sure.
Take down the Nets.
I got them winning the Final Four.
Grand Canyon.
Get in while you can. You can still get it at a price. I got them at 300-1 to cut it all down. I think like 68-1, 70-1 will get to the Final Four.
I mean,
they're my Florida International. They are
Florida Atlantic.
Atlantic. I mean, yeah. FAU.
They're sitting there. Their only loss was to South Carolina.
It's okay.
Who's really playing pretty damn good.
Who just proved they're one of the elite squads by barely sneaking by an East Carolina Pirates team.
Toughest place to go into in the world. You know what I mean?
So they caught Grand Canyon home. That's fine. I don't want Grand Canyon going undefeated into the tournament.
Yeah, and look,
but they just handled San Diego State at home, a game they should have won by 15, and on a bad night. And then, more impressively, they went into your lit Liberty.
The Flamin' Libs get after it. The fan base. When I look at this,
but you don't think they're used to a lit place? They're used to a goddamn Miami nightclub in the desert, as it's called.
I don't know. I'm looking at the remaining schedule. There's only one game that stands out to me as a potential loss spot, maybe two. January 25th, they're at Stephen F. Austin. February 3rd, they're at Utah Valley. For some reason, the whole state of Utah shows up for all their college events.
Right.
And then, so to me, you're gonna go into this tournament if everyone stays healthy, probably with at most 3 losses, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I even think. That's being generous.
That's good. That's on the high side. I see 2, 3.
You're gonna draw a fucking great seed, providing everyone stays healthy.
They'll fuck with them. They'll put them on like just like they did with Florida. They'll make them like a horrible 9-8.
Yeah,
and it'll be one of those 9-8.
Still go to the Final Four.
Right. It'll be one of those 9-8s where like the winner gets to the Final Four.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, what they did with Memphis last year.
Exactly.
Kay in the chat says Furman's quarterback Tyler Huff just entered the portal. You think he's an FBS guy? I do.
Yeah,
I do. I certainly do.
Yeah, absolutely.
College basketball though, so you hit on that money line play.
I hit Mizzou.
So I was dumb enough to take Louisville. Fire Kenny Payne right now. Fire Kenny Payne right now. Unfucking believable.
That was I mean, he's an idiot. He's just dumb.
Yeah. No, he just needs to be unemployed. He should not have a job. Wisconsin ate shit in Tucson. I should have followed you on that one.
Yeah. I mean,
that was a tough spot.
Wisconsin is a tough spot for Wisconsin. They were high. They had a hell of a week. I mean, you thought their letdown was going to come for Sparty, but Sparty's just that bad. So they handled business out there. And then that was just a buzzsaw. They're going out there. I mean, Arizona looked incredible, but that's what their offense does. They make you look bad, you know?
Yeah. I was on,
when they're hitting like that, there's no, then they got, not to look ahead, they play Purdue next Saturday, right?
They do in Indianapolis.
Nice.
Yeah. I was on Clemson against TCU. That hit. I was on WVU after that was a great handicap by myself, if I may say so.
Say it again.
Backyard brawl. We know Pitt fucked up West Virginia in the backyard brawl, so I wanted to bet on West Virginia. I wanted to fade Pitt. Canisius hit against Pitt. They almost won the game outright. And then Dub V covered against Drexel. So great smash spot there. How about the Oklahoma Sooners and Porter Moser? They took it to Arkansas 79-70 as Eric Musselman got thrown out of the.
Yeah, Musselman doing Musselman things.
Thrown out of the fucking gym.
I was on Arkansas on that one.
Oh,
I figured
tough.
I was figuring that's a game where those Musselmans, they make those competitive. But yeah, he got tossed out and they're in trouble.
Eastern Washington was an 8-point dog against Air Force. I took them on the money line. That hit. Penn State against Ohio State. We were all over this one.
Yep.
I mean,
they were down all game.
I know. I don't even know how the fuck we won that. I don't even know how we won that.
That was I just checked the box score. They won that game. I already ripped that ticket up.
St. Mary's, Colorado State, spot on handicapping. Also, Xavier, Cincinnati. Did you bet on this game?
Xavier, Cincinnati with the Catholic school.
Dildos, yeah.
The dildos, if you will. Shout out to Bob. I was not on that game, but
you stayed away from that one. But we were on. We took Xavier.
Yeah, we did like Xavier on that one. We gave it out. I was not on it.
How about Villanova taking down UCLA?
I was on Nova even without Moore playing.
Easy fucking play.
I didn't. I love that he wasn't playing because I was going to bring that line down. It came down like a 3.5. That was an easy play. It was a tight game for a while, but I mean, that was a terrible spot too for UCLA. I mean, that was a situational spot. Love Nova in that one.
Loved Utah and the Holy War on the hardwood. 4-point dogs. They win it outright.
They put it to BYU, and that was a statement.
That was a statement. And that was on Pac-12 Network, so it was a statement to nobody.
Yeah.
All right.
I know, right. It was a Pac-12 death night, all in general. And that was great. They handled BYU.
You got to love in the depth of the Pac-12. They had Notre Dame a football game this past like a month ago. You got that game, and you got Bronny James, and no one can watch it. Now, Drake, Nevada, easy handicap. Steve Alford, Steve Alford, still very much alive. We were all over that. And then I did eat a bundle of shit with Old Dominion. I thought they would take down undefeated JMU. When the hell is this JMU team going to lose?
I know. I look at the schedule. I don't really even see it coming. I mean,
they do get App State, who's pretty damn good. They beat Auburn the other night.
Right.
That could be the one, but that's not until January 13th. I don't know. They're looking just fucking phenomenal. What was the other one here? Rutgers. We were on Rutgers.
Yeah, we had Rutgers and the Hall
getting it done against Seton Hall. Battle of New Jersey, the Garden State Trophy. And how about Steve Lavin in San Diego taking? Bobby Hurley has 9 lives. And you were on Gonzaga, weren't you? You were on Gonzaga against Washington. I told you to ride the Huskies.
That was pretty accusatory.
How you doing with that one?
Yeah,
Huh?
I know. I'm still not a Hurley believer. I don't care how long it's going to take and how much pissing in my face is going to happen with these Hurleys.
Yeah, and then
shout out to them, big win.
And then Gonzaga losing at Washington. I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean? You get all this stuff going. Yeah, the Hurleys. I thought you were a Jersey boy.
I love the Hurley. Of course, yeah, St. Anthony's.
Yeah,
I don't think you got Danny Hurley Sr., Danny Hurley,
catch him down there at the beach all the time.
We used to play them in the state finals, and they would beat the living bejesus out of us. Speaking of 104-18, like in a state championship.
Yeah,
it wasn't just the Hurleys. They would have fucking, they had Lou Rowe. They had fucking
Lou Rowe from UMass
with Jerry Walker.
I remember him.
Well, Lou Rowe went to he been with
UMass.
He was from Philly, but they had Jerry Walker. They had an entire Seton Hall squad. Well, Roderick Rhodes, of course, was. He was written up in the New York Times like the next Michael Jordan.
He played like 30 years in college. He was the OG.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Playing 6 years in college.
Roderick Rhodes is one of the best players I've ever seen in my life.
He was very, very good.
Yeah.
All right, folks, I want to tell you that the college experience is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, a sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start research and start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. Sunday night hoops. I mean,
let's get into it.
I kind of got destroyed. With the exception, luckily, Grambling covered late where I had a substantial wager on Grambling. But can we talk about Tom Izzo and Michigan State? They were preseason top 5. They're 4-5.
They're a disaster.
I refused to believe that they were going to lose to Nebraska, so I bet them last night. Lost.
Good game.
Yeah, very good game. But now they're 4-5. They have Baylor on deck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it getting better anytime soon.
Not only do they have Baylor, they have an Oakland team after that, where you think like, okay, they should be able to beat Oakland, but Oakland beat Xavier. Oakland's solid. After that, they get Stony Brook,
right?
And then they end the year right before New Year's against an Indiana State team that I think is playing at a top 10 to 15 level. They really could be like 6-6 heading into 2024 and Big Ten play. You think he should announce his retirement? Are you not panicking? If you're a fan of Sparty, are you panicking? Or are you saying we'll figure it out by March?
I mean, it's Tom Izzo. You have to give him the benefit of the doubt. You can't just. I mean, there's always been calls for him to step down. That's just standard. The old coach, the old legends when they get old. But this is what he does. I mean, they got real problems they got to solve.
Yeah.
Now we got.
You're losing to fucking Nebraska,
right?
Yeah, you're losing to Nebraska. That's a volleyball school, man.
Yeah. But
we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
And it is kind of lazy just to say like, well, that's what he does. He'll get to the tournament. He'll be fine. But I mean, he's definitely giving himself that, where you can't.
You got to give him. Yeah,
You got to give him love. He's earned it. Why? You're right. You're calling for him away?
No. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You were projected. Everyone came into the year thinking this is a championship caliber team.
They were right. Well, were they 4 in the country? Something? Yeah. Well, their big men just aren't doing anything.
I had multiple calls from I know a guy that does East Lansing radio, and he was like, "This is the year we're gonna get back to the national championship." Well, that was a call I took on like November 2nd.
Sure, you never know. I mean, it's been their big men. Where's that guy? What's the guy?
Sanogo talking.
Sanogo. Who's the All-American they recruited? He's a freshman. He hasn't even played yet.
Yeah. Well, and they had
Xavier Booker.
They had Walker injured too, but still, you can't be losing to Nebraska and James Madison and shit like that.
Yeah.
Although James Madison looks like the best team in the nation. So, I don't know. It's pretty shocking. Let's talk about the other one that was big time headlines. Well, actually, here, let's talk while we're talking Michigan. The Wolverines went into Iowa City, won. I did not see that coming.
No.
There's speculation that Juwan Howard might have gotten an altercation with like the security guy.
What happened there? No, what's
Juwan little
doing?
dust up?
I love it.
I already might step down. Phil Martelli Sr. is doing a damn good job with Michigan, all things considering. I have no idea what's happening on that sidelines. Like, because Juwan Howard's still like at some of the games. He's just sitting in the stands. What the fuck's happening here?
I mean, no, was it his own coach? What happened?
Yeah, I think it was his own guy, right? That's not official. I don't think they've made that official.
Strength and conditioning coach. All right, that's hilarious. These are so far just rumors.
Yeah, just rumors, which normally are true when they're flying around Michigan. That was an impressive win though, by 10 at Iowa. I thought Iowa would beat them, knowing that. You think Juwan Howard's going to coach again at Michigan?
I mean, he had a heart procedure and he's getting in fights with strength coaches. I mean, it seems like something's afoot over there.
Something's a muck.
Yeah, something is a muck. Sounds like some dirty politics going on. And I mean, well, obviously Martelli's a better coach, but that's not the front they want to put up there. They want Howard to represent them and all that,
Let's talk about Slick Rick Pitino, because losing to Boston College, I did not foresee happening. Boston College going in to New York City and getting the dub. Slick Rick Pitino 6-3 right now. You want to stack up as many of these wins. I mean, conference play is right around the corner.
Yeah,
he gets Fordham, and then conference play starts December 20th with them, and they do have a scattered Hofstra game on December 30th. But other than that, you're done with the non-con. Is Rick Pitino gonna get the Johnnies? Slick Rick, you think you'll get them into the NCAA tournament this year? Because they're all over the place this year as a team.
I know they're all over the place. They'll rack up some wins. I don't think it's their year this year. I think it's. I mean,
year two.
Yeah,
year two.
That's something we want it to happen.
We do, just for the stories,
right? Exactly.
Storylines,
so we can get the new Italian restaurant. He's gonna be banging down that mistress on the floor, and
100%
having his
best
assistant,
30 seconds of her life.
Having his then have your assistant coach marry her to get her off your back. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think they're a year away from that.
All right, and I want to talk about Bronny James. Oh, the storylines.
Oh, Bronny James.
Storylines.
Oh, he blocked a shot like his dad.
Compare the slides.
It looks like his dad.
Fucking ridiculous.
His dad penned an open letter, heartfelt. Oh, my God.
His dad didn't lose to Long Beach State, though. All right. Long Beach State. We were on this one on the show. Long Beach State wins in overtime 84-79.
Wow.
USC now has lost to Irvine and Long Beach State. They're 5-4.
They didn't report that they lost the game. Yeah. I just saw the highlights side by side, They
got Auburn on deck, followed by, they do a little cakewalk against Alabama State. But then Oregon, they jump into Pac-12 play.
Yeah.
Do you think Andy Enfield and Bronny James are going to be dancing? Because right now 5-4, this is a preseason top 20 team. A lot of them had a lot of experts had USC winning the Pac-12. When you look around the Pac-12, Arizona looks unbelievable. Colorado's playing good. They beat Jimmy Larinaga and Miami yesterday.
Yep.
UCLA is UCLA. Who the fuck knows? But even Utah playing a lot better. I think Cal's a little bit better than what people expect. The Ducks look like they're flying. They're flocking. All that shit.
Ducks are flocking.
What do you feel? Do you think USC is going to be I know it's early as shit to handicap that they're going to make the NCAA tournament, but I'm just saying.
They have Auburn next, you said?
Yeah.
Where's that game at? Is that out here?
I believe that's actually at Auburn in the jungle.
What do you set that line at?
That is on ESPN. That is on December 17th. That is.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna be able to fade these Brownies.
Yeah,
a lot.
Auburn's going to destroy.
I mean,
them.
obviously
They're not going to
Auburn will
walk
hurt 'em,
into the
right.
fucking jungle and win. Auburn -7, something like that. If I probably had to do that, so I don't know. That's what I was. That's what I would guess just off the top of my head.
7?
7.
Wow.
Lay it?
I'd be all over that for sure.
Yeah.
Aiden Holloway
Yeah.
shooting from half court.
Yeah. The chat is asking our thoughts on oh no, he's saying Texas A&M Commerce. I thought he was saying Texas A&M because they lost to Memphis. That was a surprising loss yesterday. It's Penny Hardaway and the Tigers, big time win. And how about Chris Beard at Ole Miss? Look, he got the charges dropped in Austin.
Yep.
He said, "Bet you want to marry me." Nothing happened. All right. And she said nothing did happen.
Right. Let's take a look at that contract again. What am I throwing away here?
Ole Miss 70, UCF 68. Ole Miss is 9-0. People, the Ole Miss fans have been shitting on me and Mac all past 2 weeks of the season when they started winning all these big time games.
Face pissers, the bunch of them.
They are pissing. Like now, when you add that resume now,
They're the UNLV football fans of.
yeah, they are.
Best
They are
one.
on social media. They come out. They got California, the Golden Bears on deck. But dude, if they get past them, they're going to be undefeated going into conference play. I think so. Something to monitor is the Rebels. Chris Beard, you a fan of Chris Beard?
Of course. Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
I like the way he goes about his business there.
Yeah. I mean, look, he got it done. Charges dropped.
Charges are dropped.
Nothing happened if the charges are dropped.
As an in-house situation that just happened to be all over the paper.
And she smashes glasses.
Come on. I mean,
You gotta have rules, right?
There's got to be instigating.
Any society's got to have
Right.
rules.
There's
Right?
got 2 for instigation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Looking ahead, I'm just going to ask you tonight. We have a couple games that are horrible, but I'm curious what you're doing on the Howard Penn game.
Are you? I'm not on that one,
Look,
but I am on.
Delaware. Is that Rob Morris?
I'm
Morris?
I want Bobby Moe outright.
Letdown spot for the Blue Hens after they beat. That's a bomb.
That is
for
a
you.
bomb.
That is
my play today. Bobby Moe plus 175 on the money line.
I like it.
What's the line at? 4.5? They're
Yeah.
getting. You can have those 4.5 points. Blue Hens got something coming for them in Pittsburgh today.
Yeah, I don't see a like the best dog that I like, and I don't think there's an outright path for them.
Mm-hmm.
But give me New Orleans plus 21.5.
Let me go
against
over
Dons of
to
San
the
Francisco.
extras.
I also wouldn't mind Alabama A&M with 19 against Samford, but I mean,
Mm.
there's not a lot of juicy dogs besides the Bob Morris play.
You're not grabbing a 41 with Mississippi Valley State.
I think if I was forced to, I would grab the Delta Devils, but
They are one of the worst teams in
They are.
basketball.
They are.
State.
anytime you bet them, you know you're in for a
Right.
true adventure. That they could lose by 100.
Now, could this be 108 to 14
could.
score?
It's
Like,
not out of the realm of
I
possibilities.
don't see how Gonzaga. How they stop scoring on them? Like they would literally have to just be taken off the court. Like
Yeah,
they would have to, quit
especially
themselves.
Gonzaga off a loss.
Right.
Actually,
That's what
don't
I mean.
don't take
Don't take
Delta
the 41?
Devils. Don't take
I'm
the
about to lay it.
Yeah, I'm about
It's
to say
minus 20
Gonzaga
juice.
just lost to Washington. They might just fucking you might want to.
I'm laying it right now. You just talked me into it.
Well, it didn't dawn on me that I was like, wait a second, they did just lose. So Mark Few might be having them doing some serious work there. I know tomorrow the slate still. This is a finals week. You believe this? They're trying to pretend like they care for finals. Get out of here. So the slate's kind of a week until Saturday, but I would say some of the bigger games tomorrow. Monmouth King Rice taking on Seton Hall.
Yeah.
Little New Jersey battle. See, you think Seton Hall bounces back? They're laying 14.5.
I wouldn't give Monmouth 14. And
I'm all over.
Yeah.
I'm all over the Hawks plus 14 and a half.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad we got these lines. Hofstra, Speedy Claxton, their head coach, getting 15.5 at Cameron Indoor.
Love Speedy. Love Speedy. I tried to fade Duke. I was wrong there
Don't
last
do that.
game.
I tried to warn you.
You did.
I tried to warn you.
Yeah, Duke flexed a little bit. They gotta get right game. But let's create a little value with Speedy Claxton's boys now. I'll take the 15.5 there.
Take the 15.5.
Yeah, for sure.
They're a little bit better than Charlotte too.
They're way better than Charlotte.
Yeah,
for sure.
What else do we got on Tuesday? Wright State is hosting Western Kentucky. It's probably actually the best actual game as far as two teams. What about the fucking Long Island Sharks?
We never even mentioned.
And fucking Rod Strickland and the fucking Sharks are taking on UMass Lowell.
Wow.
Not even UMass. It's Lowell.
Lol, UMass.
Dude, the fucking Sharks are getting 18.5 points. Get in on that. Sprinkle
insane.
a little bit on the money line. That's a bomb for you.
Long Island bomb versus UMass Lowell.
18.5? Get
That's
the
crazy.
fuck out of here with that line.
That is nuts.
Yeah, they think Marcus Camby's playing for UMass Lowell? What the fuck?
Lol.
Watch them win by 40.
I mean, that's. Oh man, Dundee, why don't you take one more victory lap of your Jaden Daniels and have him up here in the thumbnail before we get out of here?
YouTube.com/the college experience.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, I know you tried your little Penix.
I tried my little well, I had Penix preseason.
Yeah.
And then I thought there was a great opportunity.
There is.
Before the Pac-12 championship game, because Washington was like plus 290 or something on the money line. I'm like, well, fuck that.
But this is something
and instead of just betting them to beat Oregon, which I knew was a strong possibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just take Penix. They're giving him out a 25-1 to win the Heisman.
Here's where you should have called 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE early in the year.
All right.
I did like your play. It made a lot of sense. But here's one thing I know. If you don't go to USC, they're never going to give a Heisman trophy to anyone on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Look, I fully believe in this conspiracy.
Now, if Oregon won, you don't think Bo Nix would have won?
Maybe, because they have the Nike money.
Yeah.
They created, but like even in the 90s.
Joey Harrington in Times Square?
Yeah. In the 90s, I would say no.
Yeah.
Like once they really turn that corner.
Next.
Yeah.
Oregon gets
you have to have that. This is the sham that is college sports in a way. Is like you have to realize that there is first off, if you look at the voters, like it's like 90% of them are on the Eastern time zone.
Sure.
How many are staying up late and the Pac-12 network? You can't even get that if you're in fucking Washington.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you need? Apple TV. You need to buy a new iPhone. I got to buy an iPad to find
all this crazy shit. So, I know Ryan Hassey said he has Penix 18. He had Penix 18-1.
It's beautiful. And I had him at 25-1. Then after they win, he came down to 6-1 or whatever it was, which is great. Super. But I still can't lay 1,400 to win on Jaden Daniels.
There's always a West Coast bias against the West Coast. So
I didn't even look at the voting breakdown. Was it even close?
I think they made it a little closer than what they tried to build that drama. But I always think that's bullshit. They're just like, oh, they did this
in the regions and the colored version, and all that.
He actually won the the Midwest.
Really?
But everyone in the South, you know how they all stick together. Those SEC fans are like, how could you take this guy? You know?
I know. It's
but I mean, honestly, like Daniels probably should have won. I don't know. I feel like he was the best player in college football this year.
Yeah, I guess. Great.
But I also know that that I have a problem with the Heisman because they don't always do the best player in college football. They used to do that. That's why Andre Ware and
kind of close. 2,000 to 1,700 points wise. 503 first place votes for Daniels, 292 for Penix.
Yeah.
Penix had 341 second place, 143 third.
Some people have.
That means people left Daniels off their ballot. Those morons.
Let's be honest. If you look into the people that vote, some of them, I would question if they really watch college football.
No. Well, that was the only thing, you know what? And I should have listened to you with that point too, because I was about to hammer, even at minus 300, Marvin Harrison for Blitnikoff, because I was thinking he's just a storyline. I don't even think he's the best receiver this year.
He's not.
He's
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Well, he doesn't deserve. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but he's not the best receiver.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, but voters don't think like that. They don't give a fuck.
They're fucking all. It's all nonsense.
Whatever the goddamn storyline.
Harrison. Yeah. I remember his dad.
Look at these votes. What asshole has JJ McCarthy gets a first place vote? Number one. Blake Corum with 3 first place.
Yeah, it must have been that solid 0 passing attempts against Penn State in the second half. This is a turning point. He does a strong handoff.
Crisp exchange.
Crisp fucking handoff.
Crisp exchanges. Jordan Travis got some late poll like that. He actually got 8 first place votes, 19. Because under the logic, well, if he's so devastating,
Yeah, and he didn't even get invited to New York
exactly.
City. Huh?
Invite everyone in New York. Invite all these fucking.
But you can't pay for a fucking chicken piccata for Jordan Travis? A little flight and a chicken piccata? We see that money you're making, you college football fucking TV execs. ESPN can't fucking do that. Anyway, let's get out of here.
All
right. This is part of the C block. All right. C block. That, you know what that means? That means up next is the bottom line bombs. Give CJ Sullivan a follow on Twitter. You don't have to adjust anything. I've handled this. We're gonna just go right on in, ease on in to the bottom line bombs, which is coming up next.
Yes.
Give CJ a follow though on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _ I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. The college football and basketball experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. And bottom line bombs from the Bet Detective coming up next. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast as well. And we'll be back tonight with the college basketball experience, and Sports Gambling Podcast going to be doing a college football show at 8:30 tonight Pacific time.
The fuck is that?
We got you covered. All right. Until next time, folks, this is the college experience. Bombs down under. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And the whole team's looking and the whole world's looking with the cameras. Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And you know what you're getting, cause the book's rewritten with the cameras. Everybody's trying to stop this team, but we keep on knocking them dead. They make opposing coaches wanna cuss and scream and pull their hair right out of their head. Run and shoot.